rarely do you have, excuse me, a second shot at the one that got away. Usually you guys are dating. He's perfect at the time, but maybe the timing isn't right. And you look back and you're like, that's the one that got away. I could have been so happy with that dude, but it's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. Emily here was super excited on Friday going into the weekend because the one that slipped through her fingers was back. Let's find out how it went this weekend. Hey, Emily.
Hey, guys.
All right, so refresh our memories here just really, really quickly on why it didn't work out the first time.
So we had been friends for like years, and we lost touch after college. And I had been in other relationships, but I realized they all failed. And Noah who was my friend back in the day, was the only guy I was really comfortable with. I reached out to him to kind of reconnect, and we decided to go, meet up. And I wasn't sure how to make my advance known that it was more on the romantic side and not just to catch up and be friendly.
That's right. And we told you on Friday, like, you know what? Go in there easy breezy. It's not like you got to confess to this dude that he was the one that got away. We should be together. Just go in there easy breezy. Even though your intent was something different, at least just go in there and see how it goes and just be relaxed about it. Was it even possible to do that?
Not really. I mean, it kind of was, but so here's what happened. We were supposed to meet at 7:30, and he called me earlier that day and was like, hey, can we actually meet at 5? And he didn't really tell me why. He was just like, I have nothing else to do. And so we meet up there, and he tells me, like, oh, I have a date later on.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, I'm, super, devastated. But, I wore, a revealing top, showing off the assets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a really great time, and I could tell that he didn't even want to leave. And then he texted me immediately after and was like, I had a really great time. Let's do this again. So I know, I don't know if him having a great time meant, he just had a friendly great time, or he's interested in meeting up, with the intent to kind of take it on a more romantic approach.
All right, we can look at this a couple of different ways. All right, if we're doing the whole game playing thing, it's very possible that this dude is like, you know what? I'll meet her at 5. We'll go and we'll hang, but it's a Friday night. Or did you guys meet on Saturday night?
No, Friday.
Friday. So it's a Friday night. You know what? I'll just move it up to 5. And you know what? We'll just get it over with in an hour and a half or 2 hours. And then I'll either make plans with somebody else, because that's not a large investment of time if things aren't going well. So he pushes this thing up. Things go really well, but he's already got something else on the back burner, unless it could be a date, could be hanging with friends or whatever. But I think it's a really good sign that he hit you back and said, hey, let's do this again. Because if he wasn't interested at all, I don't think he's circling back. How about you guys?
I agree. I feel like it was one of those fill-out dates. I mean, he might have already had this, this date planned or something with this woman planned, but he wanted to kind of fill out what it would be like with you. And the fact that he said he wants to see you again, I think is telling.
He was probably just as much as you were like, is this a date? Isn't this a date? What is it? Like, he was probably in his head just as much. And he's like, I'm going to put something on the backside.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to be somewhere in case this is just a girl that we used to know each other, not really interested, because he's interested. So he was just putting a date on there. 1, thought it might make you jealous. And 2, he got there and was like, oh, this was a date and I want to do this again.
Now, I've played this game back in the day also, that I told somebody I had, if we're going to meet at 8, I got to be somewhere else at 10 o'clock, not having anything else really on the books.
I have a doctor's appointment,
right,
10 p.m.
Just in case this is going terribly. All right, I gave it 2 hours, and that is a long time at a bad date. And then 9:30 approaches, and we're both having a great time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call my friends and tell them, you know what? I'm not going to make it tonight, even though there was nobody to call. And then I'll be right back. And then if I was having that good a time.
Yeah, but he actually did go on a date. And I don't know, I still have no indication that he sees me in a romantic way. And so, should I say something?
Nope.
No.
Easy
Yeah.
breezy it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No, not yet.
On the second date,
Uh-uh.
I wouldn't like put myself completely out there, but I would mention the fact that like, yo, how was the date? Like I would mention something that's enough to let him know I'm trying to date you.
Don't you feel like that could start to get you into the friend zone, though, if I start asking you how your date went?
No, you gotta ask in like a flirty way. Like, yeah, so how was your little date? You know, like
That
different
didn't
meaning.
sound flirty. That sounded scary. Hey, how was your date?
how was your little date? And once you put that little date in there, he knows what that is. Oh, you okay?
Okay.
You're interested in more than just being friends.
I think you do have an indication that he's interested in you, though, because he touched back with you. It was like, let's do this again for sure. So I think that is an indication that he's feeling it.
Yeah, if you thought you were heinous, there'd be no text.
No.
So you're definitely not heinous.
That's a fact.
And that's something to build on.
Yes.
All right, Emily, let us know how it goes if you hang out with this guy again, all right?
Well, dude, thank you guys so much for your help.
You're welcome. Good luck. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's like a soap opera. She didn't say goodbye.
Okay.
Just hung up. No goodbye.
No closure.
Can we get her back on so I can just say goodbye? Just kidding.
It's like, please don't.
The Bert Show.